There's over 30 books in this series. Hi, I'm David Desero, and today I'm going to be talking about the new trailer for Dune, which comes out this December. I've never read the Dune books. It's supposed to be this great classic science fiction book, and it is definitely on my list, but it's like really far down the list. Because, I don't know, I just tend to read more contemporary stuff, I guess. But watching this trailer makes me want to move Dune all the way up to the top of the list because the movie looks amazing, and so I need to I need to read up and see what this is all about. So I haven't seen the previous movies. I haven't seen they had the, there was a Dune that came out. There was a Dune movie that came out in the '80s and a mini series that came out in the early 2000s. I haven't watched either of those. But this new Dune, directed by Denis Villeneuve. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. I looked it up. I'm trying. Denis Villeneuve has filmed other movies such as Arrival and Sicario and Prisoners, and those were all beautifully shot. So to see him film a science fiction world, I'm actually really looking forward to that. And not only that, they have an all-star cast. They have Timothy Chalamet as Paul Andrides, who I believe is the main character, who's the main guy. He's the guy. He's the main character of the story. Anyways, you have Oscar Isaac, who plays his father. You have two badasses in Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa. And you have Zendaya, Rebecca Ferguson, Stellan Skarsgård. I mean, anybody from the Skarsgård family, you know they're going to be a fucking great actor. They're always fun to watch. You have just an all-star cast, and it looks like they have a huge budget because, man, did you see that worm? That looks crazy. That looks intense. It's huge, and it doesn't look corny in any other way. It doesn't look corny in any way. It's a giant sandworm, and they managed to make that look just intense. Like, it looks huge. Imagine seeing that in IMAX. Like, hopefully by December, theaters are all opened up and we can go out there and, just comfortably see it. But seeing that in IMAX on a huge screen, and just, I'm sure, you'll feel your seat rumble and you'll see this gigantic sandworm burst through the sand. Like, that looks worth it. It looks very much worth it to go out and see this movie. Um, like I said, I don't know too much about the actual story, but it for sure made me move Dune all the way up my list. I'm going to be reading it soon. You have Timothy Chalamet playing Paul Andrides, and I mean, he just looks cool. He just looks great in that role. I believe Paul is supposed to be, an adult, but Timothy Chalamet is 25 years old. I know he typically has played younger guys, but he's old enough, and it'll be interesting to see him do the combat and all that stuff. Timothy Chalamet is a great actor. Man, all the special effects and all the sweeping views of even like the fires and everything, it all looks like they spent a lot of money and they took this very seriously. And anytime you have a classic franchise, I guess, and you take it this seriously, I think it's going to turn out great. It reminds me of Lord of the Rings. The greatest fantasy series of all time gets turned into a movie, and that adaptation ends up being one of the greatest adaptations of all time. Dune being a classic science fiction novel, finally getting with even better special effects. I mean, the CGI looks amazing. It just, like I said, I don't know too much about the story. I guess Paul Andrides is eventually going to take over for his father. So I'm assuming Timothy Chalamet's character is taking over for Oscar Isaac's character at some point, and they're ruling an empire. It looks like some war stuff is going on, and they showed just enough to make people like me, like, I haven't read the books, I haven't seen the previous movies, but I'm interested. I'm really interested, and I will be going to see it, even if they showed nothing else until December when they actually release the film. It has made me, one, want to read the book, two, go see the movie. That's it. They don't need to show anymore. They don't need to show anymore. I'm good. I'm fine. Now, will I read the entire book series? Fuck no. No. There's like 30 books in that series, and there's like 16 prequels. I think there's 16 prequels and like 16 after Dune. I know it's the Dune from 1965. I will read Dune, the classic science fiction novel. I will read that and then try to find out which books they will be making movies off of. I don't know if this is just part of the first book or or if it's the entire first book. I will find out and dig into it, and I'm looking forward to it. If you've seen the trailer, maybe if you've seen the trailer and you've read the books, let me know. What do you suggest reading? What out of that 30 book list is worth actually reading if you want to get involved with Dune and the world and really just being ready for the movie? All right. And also, if you've seen the trailer, let me know down below. I will put the trailer in a link down below also. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, later.